Hello, and welcome to another Win Daily Sports Show. My name is Michael Brazil. I got my man Stoweby, and we are here for the Thursday Night Showdown Throwdown. We have another good one, Stoweby. We got the Cardinals, we got the Seahawks, and we have ways for you to win money. It couldn't get any better than this. Stoweby, how you doing tonight, brother?
Oh, I'm great, man. They've been hooking us up these last couple of weeks.
Right? They've been thinking of us. Honestly, all the game, like outside of that Giants Eagles, just ridiculous game.
That Jets game that we had, that was
That
really
one had a
bad
lot of
too.
points. It wasn't like
Yeah.
a good game, but it had a lot of points, so that at least makes up for it a little bit. So we
Yep.
appreciate everyone there. But yeah, man, it could be worse. So I'm grateful for it. This one should be fun. A lot of points currently right now. Last I saw, the Seahawks are favored by 3 with an over under of 46.5 or 56.5, 57, depending on where you're looking. So that means Vegas thinks there's going to be a lot of points. So I am very excited for that. So we're going to be breaking down DraftKings here for you on the Showdown Throwdown. We're going to be talking a little monkey knife fight. If you want to get ahead of the game, Stoweby has a free article up for monkeyknifefight.com right now. You can go over there, check out all of his picks. We'll be going over his favorite one tonight. But you can go over there, check out all of his picks again. monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code WINDAILY. They give you a free matching bonus up to $50. But if you throw in 10, they give you 10. Win Daily Sports gives you 3 free months to windailysports.com. And please, Stoweby and I are here for the next half hour with you. Get us your questions. Get us all your questions. That is what we're here to do. Just a little bit of news and notes. It looks like Chris Carson has been ruled out, but Carlos Hyde will be starting. So I'm taking a shot. Going to start Carlos Hyde in one of my season-long teams. Alex Collins, who was the starting running back, essentially, I guess, for the Seahawks the last couple of weeks. The new rules with with the practice squad and everything, it's kind of almost like relief pitchers in the MLB. You can kind of push them down a couple of times. You can bring them up a couple of times, but after a few, you have to sign them to a contract. The Seahawks decided not to do that. The ghost of Alex Collins goes back to the grave. But they do have Bo Scarborough, former Alabama great. And I think he was on the Lions a couple years ago and had a really good Thanksgiving game. I think that's pretty much all he's done in the NFL.
I remember the Bo Scarborough game, and I remember everybody blowing their fab budget thinking he was going to be the
awesome
season guy. Oh yeah, I remember
that.
That was fun.
Was awesome. But Stoweby, how you doing tonight, bud? Are you excited? It should be a good one.
Oh yeah, this is going to be fun.
This going to be fun.
It's you're not going to have the money to get all your guys.
No,
but play 10 lineups.
Thank you. You already got it out in front of me. You tell the people our spiel about 10 lineups. I'm gonna go post this in the Discord so all our fans can go can hang out with us.
All right. Whatever your budget is, let's say you have $100 that you want to play tonight, split it up, do 10 $10 lineups. If you have $10 that you can play tonight, you split up with 10 $1 lineups. So that way you can get a little exposure to all your favorite guys and mix and match, and hopefully one of them hits. All you need is one.
All you need is one. I think the Beatles had a song like that. I don't know, something along those lines. But we are here, and we are very excited. Just posting this in the Discord for all of our friends so they can come over here and ask us some questions, because honestly, that's our most fun part. That's the part we enjoy the most. Answering all the questions, getting all the questions.
I've got folks asking me in Discord right now. I keep hearing it go, badoop.
Tell them to come on over. So let us add this to the stream. We go over DraftKings, because if you can't build a lineup in FanDuel, hey, that's kind of on you. But we like to do it on DraftKings. It makes it a little more difficult. It's the Showdown Throwdown. So we have 10 lineups. As Stoweby said, you got 100, you make 10 $10. You got 10, you make 10 $1 lineups. We're not here to play cash games personally. You don't play showdowns to kind of build that bankroll. You play showdowns to try to put one in the chamber and see if you hit on Russian roulette.
Mm-hmm.
That is the way we like to do it here. So
disclaimer, again, I put it in every one of my articles.
Thank you. And we appreciate the hell out of you for everything you do, Stoweby. And so again, we're going to be looking at DraftKings. We have it here. 1.5 times the points, 1.5 times the investment in that captain spot. So Stoweby, talk to me. This is an interesting one, because we know there's going to be a lot of offense, or at least that's what we're crossing our fingers for. That's what Vegas thinks. 3-point game means it should be relatively tight throughout. I guess give me your top 3 captains. And actually, no, give me your top 5, because we know Russell and we know Kyler are going to be up there. So outside of them, who are your next 3 guys that you want to go with at the captain spot?
If we're talking kind of still chalky, you got Hopkins, and then honestly, it's going to be the opposite of whoever Peterson is going to be shadowing. I'm not really sure if we can get something ahead of time on that. Whoever Peterson ends up shadowing, I like the opposite as captain. And if you want to get contrarian and get off the beaten path, now that the running back situation has cleared up in Seattle, I do like the idea of going down, getting Hyde, and that will give you a little bit more flexibility with salary to fill in the rest of your lineup.
Completely agree. I think Hyde is in a good spot. Neither of these defenses is all world. Obviously, we know how bad the Seahawks defense is. It's literally one of the worst defenses in league history. And I think compared to the next worst team in passing defense this year, the Seahawks are winning. If you can't hear it, if you can't see it, I'm using some air quotes. They're winning that battle by 40 yards. They are 40 yards worse in pass defense, and they have their top 2 cornerbacks out for this game. So I might have a little money on that Kyler Murray 280 over under prop.
I might good with that. I mean,
I do too. I feel real good about
game. Russell Wilson threw for 388 yards, and Murray threw for 360, if my memory.
Yes, that did go to overtime, and it was like a full overtime game, but I'm still very, very happy. 280. I feel like, honestly, Jason and I spoke about it last night on the betting show. I would not be surprised if Kyler goes 400 total in some capacity, obviously, with his legs as well. We got some people in the chat. Thank you. Come on in the chat. Michael says, mark it down. Hyde is going to win someone a lot of money tonight, Michael. I hope it's you, brother.
About that.
I hope it's you, brother. All right, so let's make a nice chalky lineup, because again, if you throw Hyde up there in the captain spot, it frees up a lot. It's a lot easier to build that way. I want to talk a little chalky lineup here with you, see what you like, so that way we can talk about some of these value and then hyper value plays. So let's just make it more difficult for you, Stoweby. Let's throw Kyler Murray right up there in the captain spot. From here, do we have to go D-Hop and Russell Wilson? Because that is going to make life a hell of a lot harder. How do you like to look at this? How are you looking to build? As
much as I hate the idea of doing it, the fact that Murray gets so much of his usage like by himself, I like the idea of not having Hopkins in there tonight if in your lineup, if we're trying to spread it out, because you're going to get exposure to Hopkins when he throws it, and you're going to get the running yards when Murray scampers it in. I mean, it's Murray run, Murray throw. That's the name of the game. So you can avoid Hopkins and pay down for someone like Kirk and get you a little bit of savings that way.
I like that. I mean, that's going to save you over $3,000. So if you do go Christian Kirk there, I think that, I mean, hey, Christian Kirk is, I have been on the Christian Kirk sucks bandwagon, and every single time I say it, the dude goes out, balls out, catches 2 touchdowns, and makes me look dumb. So you know what? I'm going to throw it back in his face. You still suck, Christian Kirk. Hopefully you make someone a lot of money tonight.
Kirk, everybody.
Hit it while you can, everybody. Find what that prop is. Take the over. Already got some questions. Stephen King, author, I think, is always in our chats. We appreciate the hell out of you, man. When's the next carry coming out? How's it going? We're doing well, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. Rudy, if you're making one lineup, who is the better play, Hyde or Fitz? First off, Rudy, disclaimer, you can't make one lineup. Number 2, Stoweby, what's your answer?
Hyde. Yeah, if you're just doing one, I wouldn't recommend it, but I know people do like to do single bullet sometimes. That's not the way that we would typically want you to play it, but if you were to do one, I like the idea of Hyde.
All right. There we go. Little Jekyll, little Hyde. All right, cool. So we got Kyler Murray. We're going Christian Kirk to save a couple bucks. It's hard not to put Russell Wilson in this, right?
Yeah, it's really hard not to put him in here.
Yeah. All right. So let's throw him right in there. That's nice and easy. All right. So from there, we already nice and easy, right? There you go. Stoweby, talk to me a little bit. We don't have too much money left. So we already talked about, we can go down. We can get Chase Edmunds. We can get Carlos Hyde. Drake is back. Drake had a pretty solid game. Chase Edmunds didn't do so hot last week. We have Carlos Hyde. We have David Moore. How Russell Wilson's throwing the ball. Do we try and I mean, you can't really put DK Metcalf in there because that's our whole budget. Tyler Lockett's the same thing. Where do we go? Who is Russell Wilson going to be throwing the ball to?
Tight ends.
Tight ends.
Remember, last season, I know they've improved it a little bit, but Arizona historically is the worst tight end defending team in the NFL.
All right.
I know they've improved this year with some defensive additions, but I mean, they're still vulnerable.
So we have Greg Olsen, 3,600. We have Will Dissly,
I like.
1,800, and we have Jacob Hollister at 1,000.
Let's check these snap counts real quick.
Checking snap counts. We like it. We like it. Just kind of scrolling down a little bit because I know some Dissly.
Yep. Dissly got 36% of the snaps. Hollister snap share dropped all the way down to 9%. I can't remember if did he get dinged up or was he just not in the game? That's one thing I can't remember. But I mean, he wasn't carrying any sort of injury designation that I saw.
No.
So Dissly to get in there and save some money.
I like it.
And that
2 more spots. We have 9,500 left. Did we go Dan Arnold? 2,200? Dan
Arnold?
I feel like both these defenses are well out of play. Either of these kickers, I mean, it's going to be high scoring. Good chance that, obviously each touchdown you're going to get that point, but a good chance that they're going to be in scoring range, considering, right? We saw Jason Myers hit like a 65-yard field goal or something last week, something ridiculous.
Like 60-yard field goal. One of the kickers would be a good choice, and I believe that would leave you enough salary to get Hyde in there if you were so to do that.
You could get Carlos Hyde. You could get Larry Fitz if you wanted another pass catcher on the Kyler Murray side, considering he will be your captain's spot. So there we go. You like Kyler Murray. Again, let's tell the story here, right? You like Kyler Murray, as you said, no matter who he throws it to, you're going to get something. He's going to run the ball a lot. So you're going to get a lot of that, hopefully. As I said, I think the dude's going over 400 total yards tonight. So we'll see what happens there. So you have to get one of his pass catchers. So you got Christian Kirk in there. You think he can catch a couple long bombs. He can catch a couple touchdowns. We like that. Obviously, you're going to have to go back to the other side, grab Russell Wilson. He's doing his thing this year. And because we're not 100% sure who is going to be shadowed by Patrick Peterson last time they played, it was DK Metcalf. And that's the Tyler Lockett 15 catch, 200 yard, 3 touchdown game. Hoping for it again, but we don't exactly know what's going to happen. If Arizona knows anything, they should probably be like, hey, that's interesting. We should probably not let that happen again. So we'll see how that's going to break down. So we can't really say who we're going to love on that side. But Arizona, as you said, last year, one of the worst covering tight ends. We like Hollister, or we like Dissly's snap count the most. Greg Olsen kind of sucks this year. I think that's pretty close, very open and honest. We need the salaries.
I mean, he just can't get around. Yeah.
I think he's more interested in broadcasting at this point in his career. I don't know. I mean, I guess he just wanted a couple extra mil in the bank before he went and did that, hanging out with Kenny Albert. So I think that's pretty good. So again, we need one of those tight ends. We need a little salary savings. We go grab Will Dissly. So we're looking at what we have left. We have a couple bucks left. We wanted a kicker. If Kyler's our captain spot, we think he's going to do better than Russell Wilson. So we hope that Zane Gonzalez is going to be in a good spot moving forward. It leaves you enough money if you want another kicker, if you want Larry Fitz, you want David Moore, you want Carlos Hyde. We left you enough money to do all of that. So again, we just want to tell the story. Make sure there's a story there. Plus, it's more fun that way, right? Like, kind of working yourself together, getting that mind moving, get everything going. While I was telling that story, we got a couple more in the chat. So here we go. Zempi, I think. I got 10 lines. Should I do 50-50 Dallas Hyde? Stoweby, what do you
got? I wouldn't go. Well, I mean, if you're dead set on having a Seattle running back in there, that's fine. But my inclination would be do 5 of them with Hyde and then maybe do 2 or 3 of them with Dallas and then kind of sprinkle some other guys in there. Like a David Moore. I know he gets used a lot for blocking. He's a really good blocking wide receiver. Freddie Swain, which somebody was, Glide mentioned him already. His snap share went up like 37%. They've been running a lot of 4 wide receiver sets lately. So either one of those wide receivers you could mix in as a substitute in 2 or 3 of those just to get that exposure on that Seattle side if that's what you're looking for.
I love it. Glide. Yes, Glide did say Swain season, so I think we know where he's at there. But Edmunds in the captain spot. It's an interesting one. I mean, this Seattle defense is bad all around, but they're way worse in terms of wide receivers. Stoweby, talk to me. How bad are the Seahawks, because I'm assuming they're bad, at covering the backs out of the backfield?
They are not good at anything defensively.
Well, yeah, that's kind of knew that. They've been terrible all year. So I think
it doesn't really matter. It's a green light no matter where you go. My only concern with Edmunds is just for some reason, when Drake is healthy, they don't spell him very much. He doesn't get a lot of usage. I mean, his efficiency is a good bit better when he is in that backup role. Like he's had some opportunities before, when he got to start earlier, and he didn't really do a lot with it. And he seems to do a lot when he gets his, 3-4 carries and, 3 or 4 catches a game. But I mean, if you're going really deep and you're just trying to get a random one-off lineup, I mean, go ahead, throw one in there, but I don't think it's going to do a whole lot.
Yeah, well, exactly. You're making 10 lineups. Again, a lot of them are going to be Kyler Murray. A lot of them are going to be Russell Wilson. Go a little D-hop, have some fun there. Maybe get a little different, put in Hyde in 1 or 2. But hey, man, if you have an inclination, if you are feeling Chase Edmunds, we really can't talk you off literally anybody on this Cardinal side at any point during this conversation.
Any of these guys could score. All of them could score.
Outside of the defense, I would say pretty much anybody is in play at this point. So,
yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I hate to say that with so many of these guys on here, but that's really the situation that we're looking at. It's going to be a tricky one. I mean, but if I had the bankroll for 150 lineups to try and do tonight, I'd throw 150 in just to get enough the combinations, because
that would be.
Yeah, I don't got it like that.
And you can use the optimizer on windailysports.com if you'd like. Make sure to sign up for the gold package, get that optimizer add-on, and bang, you can make 150 lineups nice and easy. That's what we're here to do. So we got another question from Rudy. And guys, please keep asking questions. We're here for another 15, 20 minutes, whatever it might be. Is it a bad idea to play Dallas and Hyde in the same lineup?
Bad in a traditional sense, but there won't be a lot of people doing that. So
got to get different.
That could be it's a suboptimal route, but that is also something different that not a lot of people are going to do. So as far as being optimal, yeah, it's bad. But in terms of a showdown lineup where you're trying to come up with a combination that others aren't going to be on, that's not bad.
I like it. You got to get different. Again, if you're making 10 lineups, I would say maybe do that in one of the lineups. If you're Rudy, you said you're making one lineup. So that would not be the bullet in the chamber that I'm looking for. But you got to do what you got to do, man. Again, if you're feeling something, this game should be fun. It should be high scoring. We kind of saw DJ Dallas really didn't get too much run. It seemed like he was only the pass catching back last week when they played the Rams. It seemed like much more Alex Collins. So I'm assuming that's the role Carlos Hyde's going to take over. I also think Carlos Hyde's better at catching the ball as well. So I don't know how much run DJ Dallas is going to get personally, but I definitely understand where you're coming from. Oh, we have an interesting one. Here we go. Monday, Thursday lineup. Only had 3 guys from the Monday night, Hyde or Dallas. Interesting. I would probably roll with Hyde, right? I think that's pretty. I think I answered that question before.
Everybody hates Hyde, but every time you turn around, nobody can stand him. But when he's the starting back, he always ends the season with right around 1,000 yards and a few hundred yards receiving, a handful of touchdowns, and 20 or 30 receptions. He's a good all-around back. It's just for some reason nobody likes the guy.
I mean,
he bouncing from place to place, but he performs when he gets there.
Was it last year or 2 years ago when he was the Texans starting?
Yeah,
last year, right?
Yeah, and he did
1,000 yards.
Yeah, he did fine. That happens no matter where he goes. I mean, nobody can stand the guy. Everybody thinks he sucks, but he keeps on producing.
Keeps on doing his thing. Another question from Glide here. Also, Edmunds or Drake, same thing. I mean,
gun to my head, Drake, just because he gets more usage in your traditional running back sets. Like Edmunds, a lot of times he ends up being out there on the passing downs, and they don't like to hit him all that much. I'm gonna go back in here and take a look at this.
Boop, boop, boop. We're gonna be in the lab for a second while Stowby's doing his thing. I pulled up another one I want to make before we hop over to Monkey Knife Fight. Again, you can go to monkeyprops.com or monkeyknifefight.com and use promo code WINDAILY. You get a matching bonus up to $50, minimum of 10, so at least throw in $10. They give you 10 back. Stowby's going to give you some props that we're going to win on. And then you get 3 months free to windailysports.com, which is pretty sweet. You get all our projections, all our articles, all the cheat sheets. You get the expert chat, which is the fun part. Also, winning is pretty fun, but you win more if you're in the expert chat. I think we found that one out too. Did the lab show you anything, Stope?
Yeah, he'll get like 5 or 6 targets a game. He
Edmunds?
doesn't. Yeah, Edmunds, and then he doesn't. He'll get 4 or 5 carries, 5 or 6 targets. It's just whether or not he converts them. I mean, it's low volume. You're putting yourself at a disadvantage, and you're just hoping he breaks one off. Which, I mean, he's got the ability to do. It's just you're behind the 8 ball with it.
Yeah, I think Edmunds had a really, really good game last year against the Giants, and then maybe like one other game.
Yeah, and that was I hated the Cardinals for the rest of the season because that's when they were on Twitter where I guess whoever was running that Twitter account said you should have started Chase Edmunds. It was like, dude, they got the entire fantasy community tilted when they put that up there.
I'm for it. I'm all here for it. I am always here for a good little bit of spite. Our good friend Baby Carrot, love it. Hyde won her $5,000 on Monday Night Football his rookie year. So whoever was talking about it before, I can't remember. Was it Rudy? Was it Guide? It was Michael. Someone's gonna win a lot of money with Hyde. Well, somebody already did. Member of the Win Daily Sports community, Win Daily Sports family. We appreciate each and every one of you. Swain captain for all the monies. Hey, man, do what you got to do. If you're feeling something, roll with it, Glide. Roll with it. I mean, again, this game, we can't tell you no on anything except the defenses at this point.
And if you win with that pick, go ahead and get you a wheelbarrow to carry those things around with you.
Oh, yeah. All right. Good shit, Stoweby. All right. Let's build one more, a little contrarian one. We got Carlos Hyde up here in the captain spot.
Yeah.
So tell me the story where Carlos Hyde is the best captain spot pick for the night.
That would be a scenario where Seattle probably gets up 2 scores in the second half. They're trying to go ahead and run some clock down to try and keep Arizona from coming back.
Okay.
So I still want either Russell Wilson or a pass catcher from Seattle, but I would be using Kyler and D-Hop in that situation.
I love that.
All right. Cool.
And then I guess, we should probably go Russell because you get all the points that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that leaves us 2 players left over. Again, if you then want one of the pass catchers, we already talked about it in the tight end sense. You can still go down. If you want one of those kickers, you can still go down. You want David Moore. Let's see if David Moore, we pop him in there, leaves you 1,800. You still can get Disley. Then again, when you have $0 in a showdown lineup, that means somebody else has the exact same lineup as you. So something to definitely pay attention to. Is there any, you're usually pretty good with just one guy that's down here in this $200, $300, $500 range. Do you have anybody down here, or is Hollister pretty much as cheap as you'd go?
Oh,
Swain.
I don't dislike the idea of Swain. Swain's not a terrible choice. Penny Hart's no good. He only got 4% of the snaps last week, and he's been 0 the previous 4 or 5 weeks. So he is out of the question. He got, where's he at? There we go. We'll try and find somebody. Ooh.
Oh.
Nah, well, DJ Foster got about 10% of the snaps for the Cardinals last week. So, and Andy Isabella would probably be the only other people that I'd go to. Yeah.
I love it, man. And that's why we have some fun here. Win Daily Sports Show. We're here to help you guys win some money.
Max Williams.
What is Max Williams' price?
That is
where the hell is Max Williams? Tight end. Oh, 1,400. There you go.
He saw a little over 50% of the snaps last week.
We like that. Those numbers are good. When those numbers are bigger and better, that means we're most likely going to win a couple bucks. So if you still have some questions, DraftKings, FanDuel, hit us up. We're still here. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. But this is the part of the show where we get to talk a little monkey knife fight. Again, you can go to monkeyprops.com or to monkeyknifefight.com and use promo code WINDAILY. That will get you free money. It's a $50 matching bonus. You put in 50, they give you 50. If you at least have to do 10, so put in $10. They give you $10. Stoby's going to make you some money right now, so that's going to double your money. And then you get 3 months free to windailysports.com. Sincerely, if you are a free member and you like what we're doing, instead of paying $90, you can pay $10. Again, I don't know how to make this easier for you. We're trying to give you free money in more ways than one. So take advantage of it. If you like us just a little bit, put in $10, put in this prop, win the money on it. Then you can play on Monkey Knife Fight all the time because Stoweby is our Monkey Knife Fight guy. He's always there. He's always giving us plays in the Discord, in article form, whatever you need. But then you get 3 months free of windailysports.com. Okay, it's not free. It's for $10. Sincerely, I don't know how to make this any easier. So talk to me, Stoweby. We are on Monkey Knife Fight. Again, promo code WinDaily. We have, what is this, rapid fire? I can't even remember. This is our rapid fire. We get to pick one on each side, so you can go with Russell Wilson. Do you think he's going to have more passing yards than Kyler Murray? With Kyler Murray's getting a 25.5 bump. So he starts with 25.5, so that's the spread, let's call it. And then we also have the D-Hop and DK Metcalf side. Now this one, so let's start with the quarterbacks first. Let's start with the quarterbacks. You think Russell Wilson is going to have more passing yards, 26 more passing yards at a minimum, more than Kyler Murray? Talk to me why, considering we've just been talking about how much we think Kyler Murray is going to kill it tonight.
Well, I mean, I think they're both going to kill it. They're both going to put up massive numbers. It's just Kyler is going to be doing just as much with his legs as he is with his arms. That's the only reason I think he might be a little bit lower than Russell. I mean, Russell's going to have a somewhat of a run game today, so he might not have to be running for his life like he has been over the last few weeks when he hasn't had anything, where everybody's been teeing off on him. So I think we might get to see him cook, because he's been throwing a bunch of interceptions lately. I think they're going to go ahead and having a run game is going to help him out a lot. He's going to be chucking it. And
I think so.
What's that?
I think so. I mean, I think he's had like 10 turnovers in the last 4 games or something, and they've gone bad. Like 3-1 in those 4 games. Granted, they could have won a couple of them. I mean, that Rams game, as bad as they played, they only lost by a score. Like, it was a lot closer than it really should have been. Didn't feel like it, but it was a lot closer than it should have been. So yeah, I think that's true. Like, right, you have a capable running back of any kind. Isn't it interesting for the last 4 games that Chris Carson has been down, or 3 games, I think it is, the Seahawks have looked like shit. So surprise. I don't think it's that dude is good. Like, whether we give him props or not, I think the fantasy community, for whatever reason, the season long community is always like, no. 3rd round, you can draft him. Dude's always fantastic. So it's always interesting to me. I'm sorry. I cut you off though.
Oh, you're fine. I take him in the 3rd all day. I have him in I have him everywhere I can get him. I don't even care. I know he gets dinged up every once in a while, but I'll just get his back up and call it good.
Call it a day.
And as far as DK Metcalf goes, I know I'm guessing right now, and I need confirmation. So if you do find out that Peterson is going to shadow Metcalf, go ahead and switch to Hopkins. If he ends up shadowing Lockett because they got embarrassed a few weeks ago, Metcalf is going to go off.
I love it.
That's the way I think about that.
I think it is fantastic. Yeah, the Cardinals defense isn't that great. The Seahawks offense is pretty damn good. And yeah, I agree with you. I think it's one thing to give up a couple bombs to DK Metcalf. It's another thing to have 15 catches, 200 yards, and 3 touchdowns. It's like one of those, like, all right, after like the 8th catch, don't you think, like, let's switch something up here, guys? No. Let's let him have another 7 catches, another 100 yards, and a couple touchdowns on top of it. So I agree with you.
A slot receiver.
I agree with you. I think it's pretty difficult to go in with the exact same game plan as we did last time if you are that Cardinals defensive coordinator, coach, whatever it is. But man, I'm hoping for all the points. 56.5 people. Let's all hammer the over. I'm all
about the over today.
Let's just have some fun. It's Thursday Night Football. Come on.
Oh yeah, I'm all over every over I can get my hands on. I'm doing it today. I'm just enjoying it.
Get it. Yeah. Let's get it. Awesome. Well, that was our Thursday night throwdown showdown. Thank you to the chat and everybody asking questions and commenting and coming in and hanging out with us. It's our favorite part, so we sincerely do appreciate you there. One more time, a couple more things. WinDailySports.com/chat. You get 7 free days in that expert Discord chat. You really like it? Go over to monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code WinDaily. Pop in $10 there. They give you 10 free. You play with that $10. Stoweby just won you some money on Monkey Knife Fight. And then on top of that, you get 3 months free to WinDailySports.com. You get it all, people. You get it all, and we're here for it. Stoweby, where can everybody find you on the internet?
You can find me at Stoweby on Twitter, David Stowe on Facebook. Shoot me a message anytime in Discord. And actually, I want to go ahead and wait until the show. We are going to be launching a Reddit page.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
going to be running that. I'm going to get started on it tonight. And we are going to be running a lot of props, a lot of plays, and putting out content for all you Redditors out there that want to get in there and chat back and forth and go down your various rabbit holes that I know you guys like to do.
Yes, that place scares the hell out of me. So we appreciate that Stoweby is taking that.
It's a dangerous place.
Yes, it is. It's too scary for me. I can't go down that many more rabbit holes. Twitter is too much already. And I've been on Reddit for longer than I should have been. And we sincerely, Stoweby, thank you so much for doing that, buddy. So yes, make sure. I think it's WinDaily_sports is our username. I think that's a pretty great way to say it. So Stowby's going to be over there putting up content, as he said, a lot of props, a lot of bets, a lot of DFS plays, whatever. We are going to be there giving out that content, making it nice and fun over there. You can find me at Michael Raziel 1. You can find us at WinDaily Sports. And again, WinDailySports.com/chat, monkeyprops.com, or monkeyknifefight.com, promo code WinDaily. We can get you 3 months free to WinDailySports.com. Everything, cheat sheets, articles, projections, expert chat, all of it for just $10 for 3 months. We love it. For Stoweby, for the chat, because we appreciate the hell out of you guys, for myself, for the WinDaily Sports family, we all hope you make it a very profitable Thursday night showdown throwdown between the Cardinals and the Seahawks.